Great dithering. I struggle with that. Oh yeah. One thing that helps a lot is making a dithering brush. So my shortcut key is R, but basically what this does is what does it do again? So this this brush type feature, if you type this, you'll have different types of brush types, and right here is where you can save different brush types here. So let me see if I can like blank this out so everyone can see clear. I made a basic grid, 2-grid thing, where 2-pixel thing, where that's the pattern that will automatically make this dither. And all I use is this, and then I select this. Then I select the grid pattern. I will press Shift B if I remember right. Yeah, Shift B is what it is. Or no, Control B. It's Control B. And when I press Control B, it will make a whole new brush here. And it will make a new brush right here. It will be, you know, a new brush preset. And whenever I paint with this brush, it will make a dither pattern like this. And you can use other dither patterns, and to get away from this brush mode, you press Escape, and you'll just go back to your regular painting brush. And, you know, you can do this with practically any pattern. You could do it like little stick figures, and you select this, select the entire thing, press Control B, it makes this pattern specifically. It could rework it to be pattern aligned to source, pattern aligned to destination, make it a paintbrush so it's just this, but it paints in that pattern like any other brush. So this is basically my big workhorse brush right here. And I basically found a YouTube tutorial that kind of just goes through dithering overall. I can probably just drop a link to that dithering tutorial. I believe it's called yeah, Mort is pretty nice because you know, he has really good tutorials. Plus, you know, he used to be a Minecraft or he probably still is in Minecraft. You know, he's a notable indie dev. He's one of the larger pixel artists in general, and he basically talks about making this type of dither brush here. I actually used to have a larger set of these brushes, and then I think the one tough thing is that if you want to overwrite a brush, you need to set it like to save brush here. So if you want to do, say, a more single dither brush, or like a dither brush that's like this, Alt B, and he made a more single dot dither brush right here. Yeah, it would say right there when I don't want to do that. And there is other dither type, if I remember right. If I got this right. This should make another pattern here. Alt B. Good. Makes another pattern. So, you know, you can do this with any brush setup here. Yeah, you have 5 hours in Aseprite, but mostly use the basic tools. And honestly, it's doable. The more you learn about Aseprite, the more like little tricks and, you know, little tips and tricks you'll learn of the Sprite program. Honestly, I could just delete this. And, you know, a lot of just learning pixel art for me has been looking at existing video games and how they tackle their pixel art thing. This one's kind of an odd thing. Also, finding pre-made pixel art patterns and stuff like that. So one interesting thing with this is, in Aseprite, I found other gradient tools, or other gradient patterns. So, by default, Aseprite has like I believe, 4 dither gradients. So I think up to Bayer Matrix 8.8. And outside it, let's get review and make a new layer here. So this one's, usually the default dither pixel. And honestly, I feel like this is probably just the best possible dithering gradient fill. Like it's the least offensive, or at least the least I personally think it's the least offensive pattern. Like I managed to find extra gradient fills where he'll make other gradients. Like there's this Among Us gradient and it totally sucks. Never use this one ever. So there's another bunch of Among Us things that suck. There's a cat one that's pretty nice. Probably won't. I can't think of any good uses for these cat ones, but whatever is really good. This one's pretty decent. It's just I can never think of a good one to use for. I think the ones that I use the most are is this one, is a more of a square line dither, and I use a lot of these line dithers a lot too. It's this one has a nice it gets a nice scan liney-esque line. So these bottom ones are probably my favorite ones. And let me see if I can't link. The horizontal ones are pretty all right. I think if you're doing something like a PC88. Oh, 5,000 hours. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. I think I've been doing Aseprite way less than you then. Sorry to distract from your work showing off the tools. But yeah, if you're looking for alternate gradient brushes, I usually go on itch.io for new gradient brushes. Let me see if I can't find the one I use. Let's see. Aseprite gradients. That's called the jjhaggar Dithering Matrices. And right now I only have like a link to this guy, but let me see if I can just link his forum post, so I'm not directly linking a zip file specifically. But I found this person and he basically built a script for making a bunch of different dithering styles. That's what I worked with when it comes to making new dither brushes, and that's basically how I get many of my dithering patterns really fast. So I'm able to just crank out fast dithers, just no problem.